So, how was everyone's Valentine's Day? I mean, I know I had a decent birthday. Happy 29 to me, yay. Alright, so we're now going on to cover Zero One episode 22 and Ryusoulger episode 45. Alright, let's get to it. And yeah, Zero One, yeah, Aruto's finally figured out that maybe Guy is, kind of evil and, is, not exactly one who's going to hold up, keep to his word. Took him a bit of a while, but, hey, Rome wasn't built in a day and all that. Yeah, well, alright, backing up a bit here, it opens up after Thouser finished destroying, Bingo after he turned him into a Magir. Aruto just goes into full Shining Hopper mode and just completely, he actually manages to stand on an even keel with Thouser, since, in addition to the power boost, he's just focused on just beating the ever-loving tar out of him. But that's actually what Thouser was looking for, since he uses his Thousand Jacker to go and copy the data of Shining Hopper. And with that, he gives the data over to Yaiba when they meet back up at Metsubo Jinrai's old HQ, where they use the Arc to go and produce the Metal Cluster Hopper Progrise key. So why would Guy go to all this trouble just to go and create a power boost for Aruto? Well, simple. When he forces it inside the Zero One driver, it forces Aruto into Metal Cluster Hopper mode, and that directly links him into the Arc, just like how the normal Zero One driver links him to Satellite there. And once he's inside the Arc, Aruto basically just becomes, he just goes completely insane, basically just flooded with all of humanity's negativity, and it just turns Metal Cluster Hopper mode into a mindless berserker, just flat out killing everything that gets in his path, regardless of his friend or foe. And yeah, we've seen it before with Puto Tier. Builds hazard mode. Yeah, you know how this goes. Only. Thankfully, unlike Hazard mode, it doesn't look like Aruto is accidentally going to kill anyone in his berserker state, although he very nearly did. Backing up a bit again. Well, anyways, he then actually wins the contest since, they managed to find the evidence that, like I said before, the arresting officer that arrested the suspect of the case, he's the one who was behind He was the one that behind the marriage scandal. He was the one behind the marriage scandal operation, and he only did it just so he could boost his arrest quote, so he could boost his arrest rates, Sorry. And yes, it turns out that he messed with the prosecutors. Let's see, what was it again? Oh yeah, he messed with the prosecutor Zaya spec, reprogrammed it so that, planting the evidence and all that, and it turns out he was the Lion Raider. So, they managed to get this by, Isamu, with Fuwa interviewing the guy, claiming to be following up on the investigation, and linking his feet, holding up his phone to record, on the pretense of recording the conversation, as part of official testimony. But what really happened was that was linked up to Bingo, and using his facial pattern recognition software and basically his built-in lie detector software, he noticed that all of the officers' facial patterns were off, and that he was clearly lying. So Fuwa beats the ever-loving tar out of him, drags him to the courtroom, and pulls out the Lion Progrise key. And the prosecutor actually goes along with it, and basically he's just like, oh god, I was so caught up in winning this case, I was actually going to condemn it as a man. And where he's like, human gears, you dudes are all right. But then, of course, the cop gets away with the Lion Progrise key, turns into the Lion Raider, and goes on a rampage, which is when Guy shows up and forces Aruto to use the Metal Cluster Hopper key, which, of course, goes completely berserk. And, again, Metal Cluster Hopper, as opposed to Shining Hopper, this one looks really cool. It actually kind of reminds me a lot of Yeah, it reminds me of one point. Well, I don't read I don't read comics these days, but I remember reading somewhere. Oh yeah, when they were doing the Tony Stark versus Lex Luthor death battle, that at one point Tony actually managed to create created artificial symbiote. That was his Iron Man suit for a while. Yeah, it was all silver. It could configure into anything that he wanted, and yeah, basically just they just created the Iron Symbiote suit. And only it manifests as a swarm of hundreds of thousands of metallic locusts. And yeah, no, it pretty much is a swarm of locusts that, he doesn't even need to move it or anything, or at least not right now. It just swarms there like something out of the Bible. It just tears anything it wants to shreds. I mean, it just killed, well, not killed, it defeated the Lion Raider, and, left him, bloodied, scarred, and, just knocked the dude out, and just like with just one wave of his hand, And just as he was, and with Thouser, he's like, oh well, now we're getting somewhere. And stupidly enough, goes and tries to fight the rampaging berserker he created. And just as he was about to get what was coming to him, and while Metal Cluster Hopper nearly killing him, let's see, Vulcan, Kamen Rider Vulcan, Fua, manages to forcefully rip out the progress key from Aruto's driver before he could land the killing blow. So he then still in the game with one victory in the contest, but before I forget, the main reason why Aruto's so pissed at him. Yeah, he's finally figured out that that guy was the one who sent all the malicious data on humanity up to the Ark. And when he questioned Hirobi about this, he honestly didn't know about Guy's interference. And just started flailing, going berserk, screaming and cursing at Zaya for messing with the Ark. So, that might lead to a turn where Hirobi, breaks out and tries to kill Guy for daring to mess with the Ark, but then encounters the logical paradox that if it wasn't for Zaya uploading the data on how much humanity is just pure dang evil up to the Ark, then it never would have created Metsubo Jinrai, and then he wouldn't have been created, and he wouldn't have got after humans in the first place, and Futurama logical paradox there. Just, I'm betting Hirobi's head just explode. Well, you ever see that scene in Scanners where the dude's head blows up? I'm imagining that's what's going to happen to Hirobi once he starts thinking about this. Oh well. And so I'm pretty sure the next episode, Aruto's going to just finally drop the contest and start gathering evidence that, he has at best, he has circumstantial evidence that Guy was the one who was responsible for Metsubo Jinrai. Well, okay, that is until he, a guy just flat out admitted that he did it just because, he wanted to create a super weapon just to go and, basically destroy just to exterminate human gears out of spite. And if you remember right, human gears like Izu have visual and audio recorders built into them. So the moron basically just confessed to every single, just confessed to being responsible for a terrorist organization and creating a super weapon. And once Aruto finally gets the gonads to go and release it to the public, Guy's chances of being a free man will drop 1,000%. And again, he still does not know how percentages work. Anyways, moving on to Ryusoulger episode 45. Alright, well, we're getting close to the climax again, still. And we learned why Master Black betrayed the Ryusoulgers and tried to attack Towa and Fu. Bamba and Towa. Sorry. He managed to learn about what Precious was planning and tried to trick the Ryusoul tribe into pulling Ryusoul Caliber and freeing Helas. So Master Black killed the real Seldom and, I don't know, basically skinned him, I guess, to get the disguise ready, and has basically just been working as disguising himself as Helas for all these years. And the reason why he couldn't reveal this before was because Precious is a very Well, he's a very paranoid Druidon. Since, yeah, you remember his ability to go and steal people's hearts and keep them as playing cards so that he could do the whole Megatron rampage thing? Yeah, he does that to all of his subordinate Druidons, so that if anybody tries to betray them, then just learn your place. You forget your place, rampage. Yes. So, basically, to get Master Black on their side completely, they had to go and steal his heart card back, which Ko actually manages to do by wearing the Helas armor, pretending to be him, and, well, just yoink, baby. Yeah, no joke. He basically just does the whole. All that was missing was him for him to do the Roadrunner thing. He really was just like beep beep. So yeah, Master Black has his heart back, and things are going fine and managing to hold the other Ryusoulgers are managing to hold their own against Yaiba Sword and Gunjoji. I mean, the first Gunjoji. The second one was killed last time. But that's when Helas decides to apparently start waking up and is not exactly happy with Precious using her like that. Since apparently she starts glowing, which causes Yaiba Sword to rip off his Druidon emblem and just starts going completely and utterly apeshit, grow giant size, and scream that he was going to kill both the Ryusoul tribe and the Druidons. Yeah, Yaiba Sword just is I'm guessing Yaiba Sword is nothing but a mindless puppet for Helas, which led to Precious finally having to go and steal Yaiba Sword's heart in order to get him back under control. So yeah, Precious didn't feel the need to go and do the heart stealing thing with Yaiba Sword or either the Gunjojis, since he figures that, well, basically the way he raised and conditioned them, they're completely utterly loyal to Helas. Precious, so he didn't feel the need to, but I have a feeling that's going to change. Alright, so, oh yeah, and we also learned why the Kishiryu were sealed away by Set all those years ago. Yeah, apparently while Ryusoul Calibur was keeping Helas under control, it was starting to weaken a couple of centuries before now, so Set had no choice but to apparently seal the other Kishiryu away so that while they were sealed, their power would be flooded, would basically keep the seal on Ryusoul Calibur working longer. But yeah, Set realized that, yeah, the Ryusoul Calibur started to wear down again. He doesn't have any more Kishiryu to go and seal to keep the seal going. The Druidons are back anyway, so yeah, might as well go and tell the current Ryusoulgers about, go and unseal that. Go get Ryusoul Calibur. We're gonna have to deal with Helas either way. So yeah, basically, and like I said before, as long as Ryusoul Helas was still absorbing the power of Ryusoul Calibur while it was sealed, so yeah, best to get it out now before it was completely invincible. They had 0 chance of beating her, and now they only have about like 5 or 10% chance of beating her. Better than nothing. So yeah, Helas is not exactly happy that Precious is going out for his own agenda, and potentially to go and destroy Helas, it's going to require the sacrifice of the Kishiryu. Oh yeah, and I almost forgot. The place where Helas was sealed was actually underneath Ko, Asuna, and Meltos village. So that explains why the Ryusoul tribe had that whole, basically cut off contact with the outside world, basically just so they could focus on safeguarding Helas and making sure none of the Druidons get to her. And yeah, the reason why the Druidons were coming back, it was basically all part of Precious's plan to basically force the Ryusoulgers into action, which would eventually lead to them claiming Ryusoul Calibur. So yeah, if it's not Helas, then Precious is definitely the mastermind behind all this. And again, I'm pretty sure that Helas is going to end up being the final big bad, since, well, from the hints for the next episode, it looks like Creon is somehow connected to Helas. Not exactly sure how that's going to work, but hey, that's what the next episode's for. So 01, we got ourselves another Berserker Super Mode. And Ryusoulger is almost finished. Well, yep, time for us to say goodbye to the nightly Dupties. I wish I could say it was nice knowing you, but sorry guys, you tried.